What's up, guys? My name is Mateo. This is my 1999 Chevy Astro, and this is my adventure cat Lars. And this is the rainy day Q&A. All right, that was good. Good job. It's kind of rainy outside. It's been raining on and off all weekend. So yeah, I'm just gonna do a Q&A. I asked you guys some questions on the community chat, and you guys asked me some really good questions. So yeah, we're pretty much just gonna get into it. Hey, let's get into it. I just know Lars is gonna knock the camera over at some point during this, so I'm already anticipating that. All right, so first question is from Shanita, who asked, why did you name your channel Winter is Blue? Which is a good question. People have asked that before. Pretty much one of my favorite artists. She's a folk singer by the name of Vashti Bunyan. She has a song that she put out in like the 70s called Winter is Blue. And I love that song. I love her as an artist. I love the wintertime. It's my favorite season, that and fall. I was also born in the wintertime, January. So, I don't know. It's a very sad song, but it makes me feel, I don't know, kind of like happy sad, if that makes sense. So yeah, I just took off the E at the end. I put the words together. Winter is Blue. It just made sense. So yeah. All right, Big Boy Gang asks, what's up, Big Boy? Does your family support your movement, and how much was the van? So that's also a good question. When I first told my mom and dad and family and friends that I was going to be moving into my van, obviously a lot of them were like, are you okay? What's going on? Like, how can we help? Like, that doesn't seem safe, things like that. But my mom was definitely against it. But what I did was I actually just started to play them van life videos. So I showed them Janelle. I showed them like Alyssa Vanilla. I showed them Hannah Lee Duggan. Some people like that. He's gonna knock it over. We'll count how many times Lars knocks this over. That was one. So yeah, I showed them van life videos, and they got into it real fast. They're like, this actually seems really fun. And now they're completely on board, especially with how fast the channel's been growing. They see that it could actually lead somewhere, and they see the content that I'm putting out and how positive and everything it's been going. So they're on board right now. That is time number 2. He's gonna keep doing that. Okay. Part 2 of that question was, okay, that's 3. Sorry, stop. Okay, hold on. How much was the van? So I paid, I bought this van in Glendale, California. I paid $1,500 in cash for it. It needed some minor things taken care of, which costs, I think, about $700. So all in all, it was about $2,100 to get the van roadworthy, with the price of the van, obviously. So yeah, $2,100 altogether. Amy asks, why are you doing van life? That's a really good question. So pretty much I was living in LA, living in an expensive apartment, and I just felt like a bird in a cage. Like, I was trying to create music and stuff, and no matter if it was morning, afternoon, evening, night, on a weekend, I would get complaints from my neighbors and stuff. So I was starting to really feel caged in, and just like I said before, I had just gotten, that's 5. I had just gotten out of a relationship. So I didn't want to just go right back in and throwing my money down a hole with rent. And I didn't want to move back with my parents. So I found van life, and I instantly fell in love with the idea of it. So yeah. Celtic Kiss asks, When someone buys something on your Amazon, does it go directly to you? Yeah, just to clear up any, because I actually didn't know how this worked either. I was very confused. I was like, how do they know where it goes? But as I said before in previous videos, I do van life part-time currently. And I also park on my sister's property where I currently am. So my Amazon gift list, which is below, is tied to my sister's address. So anything that you guys purchase comes directly to her house, and then when I'm in the area, I just stop by, grab it, and do whatever I gotta do. So yeah. CC asks, where can I find your music? So the music that I'm currently doing, which I think is probably what you're asking, I haven't released any of it yet because I've been waiting to get a laptop, like a good laptop, so I can actually work on music on the road. You guys probably see my laptop that I currently have. It's like over 12 years old, and it doesn't do anything for me. It can play movies and stuff, so that's what I use it for. But once I get a laptop, which I'm really trying to hopefully get soon, so I can start putting out more music for you guys, and also start using my new camera and like editing on that. So hopefully soon the music will be coming out very soon. Yeah, I'll be dropping something for you guys soon. She also asked, are you going to be doing any meetups? I definitely want to do meetups at some point in time with you guys, because like I said, this community is growing so fast and like it's so positive and everything. I really want to meet you guys face to face. I just need to figure out when it's going to be. I got to make sure it's in the right area to where, you know, it's like temperature wise is good, so me and Lars aren't like in the hot or whatever. I definitely want to do meetups though, so yes, those will be happening at some point. Mystical Misfit, what's up? Asks, where are you from? I was born in Arizona. Then I lived most of my childhood and into adult life in Georgia. Then I moved to California a few years ago. Currently now I'm in Alabama right now. I do plan on heading to North Carolina soon though. Did you have a 9-to-5 before van life? That's a good question as well. So before van life, I mean, I've always had jobs. I've had a job since I was 14 years old, because I always like to buy my own stuff, like Capricorn. I bought my own car. I bought my first phone and all that stuff. So I've always had jobs. When I was living in LA, I was working at a recording studio. I was a audio engineer. Did that for a couple years. After I left the recording studio, I would do like, you know, Uber Eats, Amazon. I actually was a delivery driver for Amazon for a while, till I moved here. Oh my God, I know what he's doing. I know what you're doing. He's trying to eat. God, stop. He's trying to eat through the bag and eat his food. So yeah, I've always had jobs and stuff. Obviously the plan, the goal, the dream is to get to where I can do YouTube full time, and this can be my full-time job. That's the dream. But yeah, Rochelle asks, where are you planning to travel? Will you eventually get another pet? And where did you learn your culinary skills? Those are 3 good questions. Like I said, I do plan to try to go full-time soon. I'm just trying to find some remote work so I can make money on the road to support it, obviously. And, you know, start my Patreon next week. So, you know, y'all want to help me stay on the road, whatever. But yeah, I do want to head to North Carolina before the month's out, and then travel back west. I want to hit Arizona because I'm from there, but I've never actually spent much time there. I moved away when I was 3 years old. So I want to head to Arizona and then, of course, California at some point. Will you get another pet? In this van, it just wouldn't make sense to bring another animal into this van. Lars, I mean, he likes being in here. He really does. So I got lucky with that. But I don't think I'll bring another pet into van life, at least in this current van. If I get one day I get like a huge van, I might consider it, but currently, no. And where did I learn my culinary skills? So I've worked in restaurants a lot growing up. I've done front of house bar backing, I've done back of house cooking, all that, expo. So yeah, I've worked in restaurants, and I just love to cook. I've always loved to cook since I was a kid. I love watching cooking shows and stuff like that. So yeah, cooking just honestly came naturally to me. Cooking and music came very naturally to me, and I just love doing it. So yeah. Carolyn Rains asked, what's the song you sing in your videos? How long ago did you write it? What was the inspiration? Okay, so I know you're talking about That's 6. I imagine you're talking about the song that is currently playing right now. That song is called Pangea. Like the continents, the supercontinent before the continents were where they are, Pangea. I wrote it in 2022, and the inspiration behind it was this was before van life or anything like that. I just went through like a kind of like a self-awakening, self-discovery moment in early 2022, and I just started feeling like I was capable of doing a lot of things that I put my mind to, and I was feeling really positive. And that's the first song that I wrote ever feeling that way that I felt. So yeah, Derek asks musical influences and top 3 albums. So I listen to a lot of music. I listen to rock music, hip hop music, folk music, house music. I listen to a lot of stuff. If you guys haven't heard from the music on my page, there's like folk music, there's hip hop, there's house, there's everything. So I do listen to everything. Folk is my favorite genre, I'd have to say. Also shout out to whoever told me that I remind them of Odie, who is a folk artist that I looked up the other day. He has really good music. But yeah, top 3 albums. I didn't plan that. My albums change though. They change like every day even. Oh god. Currently my top 3 albums, I'll say, are Quiet Signs by Jessica Pratt, A Weekend in the City by Block Party, and what else? Maybe Heart Speaks and Whispers by Kareem Bailey Rae. That's just what I've been listening to a lot lately, the past week or so. So I'll say those 3 albums are really good. Next question is from D. Ferguson. How many instruments do you play? So I play the guitar, I play keyboards, I can play the ukulele, bass. I've always been good at picking up instruments and pretty much learning how to play them. So in my music, I've used different instruments that I've maybe even used one time, but I'll pick it up and learn how to use it for that. I will say my favorite instruments of all time, I know that wasn't a question, but the harp is my favorite instrument of all time. One of my favorite artists, Joanna Newsom, she's a folk artist. She plays the harp. She's really good. I want to get a harp one day, learn how to play it. Also a cello and an upright bass. Those are my 3 favorite instruments. How many? Oh, I already read that. Nikki asks, are you releasing an album? I absolutely am releasing an album. I have a few albums I want to give to y'all. So of course, the Pangea song, I want that to be on a folk neo soul kind of album. I've been working on that. I was working on that in 2022 before I moved and lost access to a good computer. I was working on that album. I will be releasing that album this year. Also, I want to release like music, kind of like instrumental music and stuff like that you guys can use in your videos that I'll be using in my videos too. I want to get that out to you guys. Also, this wasn't asked, but I also have been planning for merch. So if you guys are interested in merch, I have some good ideas that I think will translate to merch really well. So be on the lookout for that. That was the end of the questions for this video. You guys asked some great questions. I appreciate it so much. Oh, and I know Lars does too. So yeah, you guys asked some really good questions. I hope I answered them correctly and gave you guys some good answers. Hopefully this is a good video. It's been like a really cold, rainy day, so I didn't want to do too much. Definitely want to do some Q&As more. So whenever I get ready to do one, I'll post on the community page, ask you guys to ask me some questions. Thank you guys so much for getting this channel up to 1,300 subscribers. That is insane. Truthfully, that's insane. I thank you guys so much. I got more content coming for you. I will be dropping my Patreon next Thursday. So you guys will be able to get some extra content on there. Until then, this has been Winter is Blue and Lars knocking my camera over. And we will see you guys next time. This is like the prettiest moth ever. Look at that. Have you ever seen a moth that color? Also, the hugest moth I've ever seen in my entire life.
Polish me like spots on my apples. Pick me up and fix me. Take me off this breath apparatus. Wake me from my daydream. Breathe me in like your cigarello. Harsh but so addicting. Wrap me up like cold Sunday morning. Drink me like your coffee.